Hi guys, TinaGale here, and I'm back with another Killikit layout. This is a short little series that I was doing for February. I'm getting a little bit behind, so some of the layouts may come in March. We'll see. So I'm using the Carta Welcome Home collection, and this is the wood grain that I've had this whole time. Well, today I'm going to use it. It's going to actually be my background. I'm showing you here the papers that I have left over, and I'm going to kind of start looking and try to decide what I want to use. I love this floral here, and it is going to make it onto the layout. I've been using this red, and I love that floral. I have these embellishments here were some of the die cuts that were in the kit, and I'm actually going to get those on the layout as well, so I'm excited about that. You can see my sticker sheets kind of dwindling down. This is my bonus sticker sheet that I put in from Simple Stories Hearth and Home. That's from a recent Flavors of the Month collection, just so that I have some extra embellishments. So now that I've showed you all of that, you can see here a sneak of the photo. This is going way back into the vault. So this photo and the layout coming up next are some really, really old photos, not great photos, but ones that need to be documented, that have stories to tell, and these are the photos that I have, so I'm going to use them. So here I've already said this wood grain, I've cut it down to 8.5 by 11. Since I have a single photo, I'm going to do another smaller page. I hope you're enjoying these. I have done a double page 12 by 12 layout with multiple photos. I've done a single page layout with several photos, and an 8.5 by 11 with 2, now an 8.5 and 11 with 1 photo. So hopefully I'm hitting everybody that wants all the different photos and the different types of layouts. So I hope you're enjoying that. So again, I love florals, and this paper, I really wanted to get it on here. So I'm going to use it as kind of the bulk of my background piece. This little branding strip has that yellow patterned paper on it, and I love branding strips and using them. I know a lot of people throw them away. I just see that as a waste. It's more patterned paper. So get it on there. I actually leave it on there, and I think I'm going to use it to tuck it into the side, but I actually love the yellow so much I go back and cut into the patterned paper and get a full 11-inch strip for this layout. But you'll also see I take another branding strip and make it work as well. So you'll see that in a little bit. So here I have the patterned paper cut down to kind of the size that I want. All my 8.5 11s are kind of following the same format, it feels like, as that strip of paper down the vertically, and then making some borders. But it works with the photos that I have. So the embellishments that I have, well, let me back up. So here I was trying to decide this red pattern paper. Did I just want to border the floral paper? Did I want more paper sticking out from the side? I just wasn't quite sure where I wanted to go. And when I do that, when I'm stuck, I just move on to something else. So I thought, well, I'm just going to go look at my embellishments and kind of see. And the sizes of my embellishments will help me kind of figure out how much more pattern paper do I need on the background. So that's kind of where I detoured there. So I had found this die cut, well, not found, it was in the kit, this gray one that has the number 1495 on the bottom. And I thought that was great. I mean, it kind of looks like a house number or something. So I decided to use it, but I had the sticker that had the clipboard that said notes, and I loved it. And it fits fairly perfectly. There's just a sliver that it's not quite big enough, but I'm going to put that on the top of that frame, and that's going to be a spot for my journaling. So here's where I went ahead and decided how I was going to border this paper. I love the yellow, but I wanted it to run the full length of the page, so I cut the yellow strip. And then I had this red one. It's a little bit shorter, but it's fine. It doesn't have to reach the whole way, and it's a second border, so it just looks like layered papers. And it's the same thing on this right side. I cut a bigger strip, and I'm going to pull it out to the right. Now here is this other branding strip, and these branding strips are just a sample piece. They don't run the whole length of the paper like some of them do. But I decide, again, it's enough. I just want a pop of color. So I stick this in here, but you're going to see that I end up wanting that dark. So I'm going to fix that in a little bit and have that dark green going the whole way. But I work a couple other things in trying to figure out if they will work. So here's this little embellishment that I'm making. I'm going to stick that note with the little clip at the top. And I'm going to pop dot it up. So one thing, it's holding it all together because like I said, there's just a sliver of an edge on each side. It is tall enough, but just the sides aren't. But I'm going to pop dot that up and I'm going to put it over here to the side. There's really nothing in the bottom of that photo. Like I said, this is an old photo. This is when my husband and I were very first married, and he had brought a puppy home. And so you can barely see the little puppy sitting on the porch there, and I don't even know who snapped this photo. So I'm just going to talk about our early life and a little bit of the puppy, but just kind of where we were at in our marriage in those very first days. So here you can see I've went ahead and moved back into the embellishing. You can also see that green strip of paper. So what I did was cut that in half since I kind of know where my embellishments are going now. I don't need the full 11-inch strip. So I just cut that short strip apart, pulled it apart. Nobody's going to know but you and me. That little frame that says "With you, I'm home," that has the wood grain background. I wanted to get it in, so that kind of helped fill in that gap there. Gives me a title, and then of course we need more florals. I love my florals. So I just picked out all the florals that I can off the sticker sheet. I start pop dotting them up and making these clusters. So I have the red, the yellow, and the pink along with that pop of green. And that's my color scheme going throughout this entire photo or the entire layout. So now I'm just going to move down. That's going to be my actually secondary embellishment out of my triangle. You may think, well, that's pretty big. But really, because of the clipboard and the title that I'm using down here, to me, that's the bulk of the embellishment. So your title can become into your cluster. And you're going to see that grow together, that big, thicker, glittered thicker. I love those, but I hardly ever use them. I'm terrible. I get hung up on titles and stuff, but I'm actually going to put that on here because it goes with the story that I want to tell. Again, this was the beginning of our life together, and so we are growing together. And with him, I am home. It's just wherever we're at together, then that's home. So that's going to tie right into my journaling. So you can see that's a fairly big cluster down there, but it anchors the photo and everything else. I did add a couple of word labels, so up on the florals, because I have the floral embellishments, it's going against the floral paper. It just kind of, that pink flower on the paper just kind of flows over into it to make that bouquet even larger. But I break it up with a little word label that says memories, and then I have one across the bottom of the photo that says this is us and kind of points. I had these wood buttons from the Jen Hatfield collection, and it's just a little floral, and I decided to poke that on there. So as you can see, it was a fairly quick layout. I took some time trying to figure out the placements of paper and embellishments, but I love how it turned out, and it's another memory documented. So I hope you're enjoying this. I'll be back with another video. I have another layout to come, actually 2 more before I'm going to probably stop with this kit. So I hope you're enjoying it. Back up, check out the other ones if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.